Okay, quick question for you. Can you actually boost someone's credit score without them ever opening a new account? Sounds impossible, right? Well, the answer is a resounding yes. It's this incredible financial superpower known as sharing your credit history. And honestly, it is one of the absolute best tools for giving someone a massive head start in their financial life.
So, in today's explainer, we're diving deep into exactly how you can harness that superpower. We're going to break down how to add an authorized user specifically to a Citi credit card. Whether you're a parent trying to help out a teen, or maybe you're a partner looking to streamline those messy household expenses, we are going to show you step by step how to do it both safely and effectively.
We've got a lot of ground to cover today. We'll start with exactly why you'd want to do this in the first place, then walk through the actual setup process online. After that, we'll cover the rules of the road, what they can and can't do, along with some real-life tips for managing the account. Finally, we'll wrap up with the most frequently asked questions.
All right, let's just jump right in. Why even bother sharing your Citi account?
Well, the immediate benefits are actually pretty massive for everyone involved. For the person you're adding, you're actively building up their credit history just by tying them to your own good habits. And for you, the primary cardholder, every single purchase they make earns you more rewards. It makes hitting those hefty minimum spending requirements for sign-up bonuses a total breeze. Plus, you get to share premium card perks. We're talking airport lounge access, free checked bags, the whole shebang. Best of all, you can avoid paying extra annual fees. Instead of two people paying full price for premium cards, you just add them to yours. Sometimes it's totally free, or you pay a much lower rate, like the $175 fee to add users to the premium Citi A Advantage Executive Card. Now, you might be thinking, hey, why not just open a joint account with them? But look, an authorized user is distinctly different and, frankly, often way safer. With a joint account, you both share 100% of the legal liability for the debt, and you both have full access to the credit line. But when you add an authorized user, you retain all the legal responsibility and all the control. The authorized user, they are not legally on the hook for the bill at all. So how do we actually get this done? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of Citi's online process. Citi makes this incredibly straightforward. Literally takes just a few minutes. Here's your game plan. First, grab your laptop or phone and log into your account at citi.com or the mobile app. Second, hover over the Services tab and click on Authorized Users. Third, punch in their personal information. Fourth, give everything a quick review to make sure there are no typos. And fifth, hit Add. That's literally it. Once it's approved, their brand new physical credit card will show up in your mailbox in about 7 to 10 days. But wait, here is a really crucial detail about the info you're entering. Citi requires their full name, date of birth, and address. You might notice something missing there, a social security number. You actually don't legally need their SSN just to issue them a piece of plastic to buy things. However, and this is a massive caveat, if your goal is to help them build their credit history, you absolutely must provide that social security number. If you don't, Citi has no way to report their positive payment behaviors to the credit bureaus. Okay, the card is in the mail. Now we need to lay down some ground rules. What exactly are you letting them do? Think of it kind of like handing over the keys to a car, but you still own the engine. What can they do? Well, authorized users can make purchases, obviously. They can also report the card if it gets lost or stolen, and they can even initiate a billing dispute if a charge looks wrong. But what can't they do? They absolutely cannot alter the fundamental structure of your account. No closing the account, no adding their own friends as users, and no calling up the bank to request a lower APR or a higher credit limit. You hold all the power. But look, we have to be real here and talk about the risks. This is not a risk-free move. It's a two-way street. If you, the primary cardholder, miss a payment or max out the card, that negative data gets reported to both of your credit files simultaneously. It tanks your score and it tanks theirs. And remember what we said earlier? You are 100% legally responsible for every single dime of debt accumulated. Even if that authorized user goes totally rogue and spends way past what you agreed on, you're still on the hook for the bill. Because of those risks, you really need a solid game plan to manage the account effectively day to day. Thankfully, Citi gives you some pretty sweet tools right inside your online dashboard to keep things under control. You don't have to just cross your fingers and hope they don't buy a new TV. You can actually set specific custom purchase limits for each individual user. You can also turn their ATM cash advance access on or off with a click. If they lose their card, which, let's face it, happens, you can use Citi Quick Lock and the app to freeze just their card without messing up your own ability to buy things. Plus, when the statement comes, it gives you a clear individual breakdown so there's no arguing over who bought what. To give you an idea of how powerful this strategy can be when managed right,
The Points guy shared a really cool story about one of their writers, Daniel Ahmed. His dad actually added him as an authorized user back when he was just in high school. So by the time Daniel was an adult, ready to apply for his very first credit card of his own, he already had this robust, established credit history and a super high score. It gave him an incredible head start, all because his parent responsibly managed that primary account.
And hey, the data absolutely backs this up. If you poke around financial forums like Reddit, you'll see everyday users reporting a fast 2 to 10-point FICO score bump, sometimes literally within a single billing cycle. But the secret sauce here? The primary cardholder has to maintain a long-standing account with very low credit utilization. When all that stellar history magically attaches to the new user's file, the credit algorithm just rewards them instantly.
All right, let's bring it home and tackle some of the most common lingering questions people have.
Let's rapid fire through these. Can Citi deny an authorized user? Yes, but usually that only happens if they don't meet specific age rules for certain co-branded cards. How many users can you add? On most standard Citi cards, you can actually add a whopping 10 authorized users, totally for free. Is there a minimum age? Well, legally, no. There is no minimum age for standard cards. That's exactly how parents add young teens. But watch out for co-branded partnerships. For example, the Costco Anywhere Visa strictly requires authorized users to be at least 18 years old. Now, what if things go south, or they just don't need the card anymore? You can pull the plug and remove an authorized user anytime online, but you need to understand the credit impact here. When you remove them, that card's entire history just vanishes from their credit report. That can actually hurt their score by lowering their average age of credit. But on the flip side, if your primary account suddenly has high debt or a missed payment, removing the user instantly wipes that shared negative data off their report, effectively protecting their score.
So, what's the verdict? Is sharing your credit limit worth the reward? Well, when you use it responsibly, the ability to build someone's credit, pool your rewards, and share premium perks is a real game changer. But it absolutely requires trust and clear communication. What about you? Have you ever been an authorized user, or maybe added someone to your card? We'd love to hear how it went, so definitely share your stories and experiences in the comments below.
Before we wrap, a quick reminder, this explainer is just for informational purposes. Everyone's financial situation is totally unique, so please be sure to consult a certified financial advisor or reach out to Citi customer service for personalized advice before you make any major financial moves. So ask yourself, could sharing your credit history be the missing puzzle piece in your family's generational wealth strategy? Keep learning, keep growing, and we will see you in the next explainer.